this shit pissed me off right now. It wouldn't let me record. I don't know if it was this. I don't know if you guys saw me recording. I don't even know, but it pissed me off. Hi, welcome back. Thank you for stopping in. Thank you for coming back to me to hear. Ah, hey, what's going on? How you doing? I bet. Yeah, I bet so, man. And then my computer's all kinds of fucked up because it's it's in the red. I can't save anything else, so I might have to save it on. I just might have to post it from Riverside onto Spotify, or get on my phone, save it on my phone, 2 hours of this stuff, and then post it from there onto Spotify. What the hell am I doing? There's a lot of shit to do. I need a new computer. That's all I need to know. That's all I need. Yeah, pretty much. I can't be buying Pokemon cards anymore. I need the actual shit. I need a new computer. All right, you ready? You ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Ready? Because I for the past hour and a half I've been trying to. We started recording like around 10:30 or 11. But for the past hour and a half, I've just been like dealing with this whole thing, trying to delete files off my computer, and it's not working. I'm like, I need that. I need that. I need that. I need that. All right, good. You're ready. Man. And I just had like a whole bunch of people too on here and like Nyx, Panda at the same time. I don't know. I just thought it was funny because I never see them here at the same time. You know, like I always think, are they the same person? No, I was like, I've never seen them here at the same time. Menace was here, you were here, and then I'm like, I'm done with this. I gotta go. And I just wanted to hide for a bit because this pissed me off so much. I was getting social anxiety. I was getting anxiety. I really was. Okay, I'm good now. I promise I'm good. Like everything was working against me. So, you know, yeah, thank you for checking in. Um, should we even do a show tonight? What do you think? The air conditioner is blowing both of them. Sure, why not? I have a. It's up to you. It's really up to me, huh? I have a towel on top of you. I hope it's not leaking over there. Red is here. See, now they're all coming back. I love it. All right, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Everybody's coming back. I don't want to do it Thursday because then I'm gonna be like, oh, I gotta do stuff on Saturday. All that shit. I rather let's go. Let's do it tonight. Let's go on down. All right. No red. Okay. So I guess that was just me, huh? All right. Hold on. Just checking over here. Thank you. I knew that. Thank you. Okay. Really appreciate you. All right. Red. Hello. You're welcome. Good. All right, Red. Thanks for stopping in, Red. Whatever can happen will happen. I'm already done. Cry. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. All right. There was something magical. about summer nights growing up, not because something incredible happened every single day, but because the ordinary somehow felt unforgettable. The ice cream truck would make one more lap around the neighborhood, and suddenly every kid became an Olympic sprinter trying to catch it before it turned the corner. Somebody was lighting a campfire. The smell of charcoal drifted through the neighborhood. S'mores were being made with way too much chocolate and never enough marshmallow, or the marshmallow would just burn. The grown ups sat around talking while the kids chased lightning bugs, played flashlight tag, or made up games that somehow lasted until the streetlights came on. Those nights didn't need a schedule. They didn't need Wi Fi. They just happened. And years later, those are the stories we still tell. Yeah. Welcome back to my third place. Not home, not work, but that familiar in between where nostalgia, pop culture, gaming, and chaos all collide. What we do on the show is reminisce about everything from the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, our favorite decade. You know it. We're millennials. From movies, TV shows, comics, wrestling, our hobbies, which include and are not limited to Pokemon, Marvel Rivals, Alaza Gaming, Power World, added, that's been added, collecting physical media, TikToking, and internet culture. Each week, the community joins us through the live chat on TikTok or YouTube for pod deck questions, debates, top five lists, games, and deep dive, including our ongoing journey through Dungeon Crawler Carl. This book right here. It's less like a formal podcast and more like pulling up a chair in a room full of your friends and reading to them. Or when you were younger, doing this the entire time while the audio of the book was being said. Change, change the page. Turn the page now. Ding. Yeah, that's where my social anxiety comes from. Menace is back. We like to share stories, laugh, and remember the things that made us who we are. Welcome to your third place. Thank you for the heart me. I appreciate you all for being here and coming back. Love you guys. This is episode 310, and tonight is another solo hangout on the porch. No, nothing big. Just us catching up on everything that's been happening this week. We'll kick things off with extra time as the World Cup reaches its biggest stage. We're officially down to the final four nations. Final four. We'll break down how they got here, who's playing in the semifinals, who's battling out in the third place match, and what each country has to do to earn a spot in Sunday's World Cup final. Who played in the semifinals? I'm sorry, who played because that's already happened today. We'll also continue our World Cup 101 series because whether you've been watching soccer your entire life or this is your very first tournament, there's always another rule, strategy, or a bit of history that makes the beautiful game even more enjoyable. Of course, we can't forget the race that's had everyone watching every single goal. It's time for another Golden Boot watch. Who's leading the tournament? Who's still within striking distance? And which superstar is just one incredible match away from writing their name into World Cup history? Goal! I gotta repeat everything the chat is saying. I'm sorry. Those are the rules. We'll also do another personal check in. It's only been a few days since starting my new diabetes medication. So I'll share how things have been going, how I'm feeling, any changes I've noticed, and what this first week has been like. First few days. It's not even been a week yet, but I'm just like, I've been feeling it lately. So, yeah. These updates have become an important part of the porch because life isn't just about the hobbies we enjoy, it's also about the journeys we're taking together. You know, when you sit out with your friends and they discuss, yeah, I'm going through a lot of things. Their mental health, your medication, what you're going through, if you have this or that, that kind of stuff. We talk about in the porch also. My friend's dad used to talk about in the porch all the time. This is how else did I know about testicular cancer at such a young age? Then it's time to talk about the newest game that's completely taking over my free time. I've officially stepped into Pow World. I don't know how to say it. Power World. I've officially stepped into Power World. We'll talk about why I finally decided to give it a chance, my first impressions, what surprised me the most, and why so many people have been recommending it. Was it worth the wait? Or did I get pulled into another game that's about to consume hundreds of hours of my life? Knowing me, you probably already know the answer. You do. Yeah. You yeah. And because collecting somehow followed me into every hobby, we're also talking about the upcoming Power World trading cards. Could this become the next collectible obsession? What they what do they need to do to stand out? And where do I think they fit alongside Pokemon and everything else sitting on my shelves? Oh, are they going to be able to fit? Are we going to get toys out of this? Because I would want a flock. It's another one of those nights where the conversation can go just about anywhere. A little nostalgia, a little gaming, a little soccer, a little life update, a little card here and there, a little all that stuff. Just another summer evening spent on the porch. So grab something cold to drink. I got stuff from the fridge. Pretend the ice cream truck is making one more trip around the block. Speta, wait, 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 Speta, Speta. Hi, how much? Oh, you only accept cash? Hmm. Pull up a chair and let's hang out. This is episode 310 of DM3P Podcast. Let's kick it. Okay, first thing first. How I'm doing. Um, the new medication sucks. It doesn't actually. It just sucks for me. Um, I took it Sunday morning. Sunday morning. Uh, Sunday morning, and then edited the podcast, posted it, went to sleep, woke up, ate. You know what? I didn't eat that all day at all that day because I wasn't hungry. That's supposed to do that to you. It's supposed to like limit your food and you know all that. And it's like great, okay, cool. Um, like when I had did the 10, was it 12, 10.5 or 10, one of those. When I was doing that 10 milligrams of Monjaro. Oh shit, I forgot to tell you guys what I'm taking. I'm taking 12.5 of Monjaro. So when I did the 10 milligram of Monjaro, um, at first I was having nausea, headaches, migraines, all that stuff. The next day I would have it, and like Monday you wouldn't. I'd be so ill. You don't want to see me. You don't want to see me. I have this head massager thing that I usually wear, and like on Mondays that'd be it. Just me laying down because the freaking head hurts. So um, looking into it, all the side effects of this is nausea, vomiting, constipation. Um, what else? Yeah, there's gonna be a little TMI on here. If you don't like this TMI, just fast forward or put it on 2.5. And if you're watching, I'll give you a thumbs up, and you can just like stop it right there. Um, but yeah, so um, what else happened? So I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think. All right, so there's a bunch of that, and then it was a headachy. I was oh man burping, dude. I was gassy. I was burping, and it's some the big side effect here was that it was something about what's it called? Hold on, I gotta look this up now. Monjaro. 12.5 milligrams. Side effects: nausea, diarrhea, and vomiting, constipation, and abdominal pain, indigestion, heartburn, and gas. Sometimes sulfur burps. Sulfur burp means that it stinks. They disgust me. They're nasty. Fatigue and dizziness, injection site reactions, redness or itching. I used to have that. Have they subsided? Yeah. I used to have the redness and itching like freaking years ago when I first started, and I was like, you know what? On days that I take that big medication, which were Sundays, I won't take the daily on the other side, so it won't like mess around with me. You know. So as for everything else, nausea, yes. Uh, DMV, no. I haven't gotten any of that. Constipation, I don't think so. Pain, no. Indigestion, heartburn, possibly heartburn, yes, and gas, and the sulfur burps. I didn't get this because I smelled them and it's like, you know, yeah. So no, fatigue and dizziness, probably dizziness a little bit, and injection site reactions. No, I haven't gotten any of those. Uh, so yeah, so that happened on Monday. I was just, you know, dizzy, slept. I've been sleeping all freaking day for the past 3 days since I took this shot. I just been like, this is horrible. I don't like this. Um, I mean, it doesn't it yeah. Added to the fact that I downloaded a new game, so my sleep schedule's out of whack. I go to sleep like around 3 or 4 in the morning now. Um, what else? Um, yeah, and then I'm moving around, obviously. So yeah, that's good for me. And and so before I took it, I had to check in on my weight. Laughing over there. I had to check in my weight, and because the doctor told me, "Hey, you lost 10 pounds. I'm proud of you. Great job. Keep it up." So I had to check in and be like, "All right, cool. This is my starting weight. I'm gonna do exactly what I did in 2022, and like, we're gonna run it back. We're gonna run it back. We're gonna run all this shit back. We're gonna go for walks. We're gonna use treadmills. We're gonna lift some stuff, lift some water over your shoulder, bring it inside, all that stuff, and we are gonna run everything back that I did in 2022, and you know, like that. What you just reposted a video, Menace? What was it? I think it was a 5.4 that I did, or was it 5.6? It was a 5.4. Of my A1C was 5.4 on this day, and it was in 2023 or 2022. 5.4 in 2022. Um, right? Or was it 2022? Yeah, it was 2022. So I ended up getting diabetes in 2021. I did all kinds of stuff, and I went from a 13.6 to a 6.2 originally in 2022. Okay, so 2021, that's when I left. So 13.2 into a 6.2 into, later on in the year, it went into a 5.6 when in November. And then I waited months, possibly in April again, around there when it was like a 5.6, I want to say. And then a 5.4 in July when like I was like around here and stuff, and I showed everybody and they're like so proud. And I was talking about it and I was like doing all this stuff and saying, hey, you know what, all this, because it was hot and I was walking around and I lost a lot of weight too. So we're gonna run it back. We're gonna do everything I did back then. So uh, I ended up buying lots of food, meat, vegetables, all this stuff. And I'm looking at freaking meals that I used to do back then as well, and I'm doing exactly the same thing. But like some of these meals I'm not into anymore, and it's because of the Monjaro. Because it's like you're losing your appetite. And when I say that, I used to enjoy those um, Bacon King at Burger King. And when I tell you that I tried one and I was just like disgusted by it, I was like, I don't want this. I ate a little bit and it's like, nah, I'm good. I wasn't hungry and I fell asleep. Like, who does that? Who falls asleep at not even hungry? I fall asleep. I freaking, and then I ended up waking up later and making dinner. Meanwhile, the burger's still there. And I ate the burger anyways a little bit later. Like, give it a few hours. I was hungry, and then I ate like half of it, and then I threw the other half away because I was like, I'm out. Um. So yeah, I want to know like I'm gonna eat healthy. I made a salad. I haven't eaten a salad in a while. I made a salad. I'm gonna eat that. Um, and when I say I haven't eaten a salad in a while, it's because Chick Fil A has. I don't know. It's another thing that is like I used to go to Chick Fil A for the salads, and now it's just like it's not hitting the spot anymore. You know. So I just been like I hate everything. I hate all the food. I like I don't know why, but yeah, I'm gonna keep doing updates. Let y'all know how I'm feeling, how it's affecting me, and where's it going. Um, the weekly weigh-ins, the weekly check-ins are gonna be freaking astronomical. I'm gonna tell you everything I've been doing, everything that's been happening to me, um, all the side effects. If it happens to me, yeah, you're gonna hate this. You got this. Thanks. Thank you. Other than that, everything's been great. I'm good. I didn't get no heartburn. I'm not eating anything that would give me heartburn. Like I know chili would give me heartburn, so no, no indigestion, no gas, not yet. Give it a while. I bought Gatorade Zero. Been drinking that. Been drinking lots of water. I bought cases of water, and I'm ready for this. We're ready. We're ready. We ready. We're gonna stay ready, and we're gonna do this again. We got your back now and always. Thank you, man. I appreciate you. I know you do. I know you guys do. But I can't wait to like update you guys every single week. You guys don't need to know my blood count because it's just always the same. I'm always careful what I do, what I eat in the morning, how I wake up in the mornings, and all that stuff. But my pharmacist did say she was going to get me a new meter because my she can no longer carry the old ones, the little needles that come with my old meter. So she's gonna do that. She's gonna give me a new meter. She gave me some new needles, and she's gonna give me a little uh, thing for to prick my finger and check in. So yeah, that's gonna be fun and great. Uh, um, what else is happening in my life? Um, so I was gonna say this Abyss Eye finally came in. Um, I ordered it like what a few weeks ago. Pokemon. I ordered it like a few weeks ago, and this is like supposed to be pitch black for the English set. I ordered the Japanese set a few weeks ago, and it finally came in yesterday. And it's like I've been waiting for this for so long that I just opened all of them. No, I didn't get anything good. Some few cards that I do like that I enjoyed. Um, Yukamori, and then If anything, I don't think this. I'm gonna like the set, but it's like all right, I'll take it. I'll hang out with it for a little bit, and then like whatever. Uh, no, I'm not gonna get the continuous monitor that goes on the back of the arm, and I don't like it, and it's expensive, very expensive. So I did that, and then over the weekend I downloaded Power World. Oh my god, this game is so freaking fun. Um, I'll talk a little bit about that later on in the episode. Uh, and there's trading cards also coming, and I made my own trading cards. I was like, that's one of them. Uh, but hold on, I saw someone on Reddit make it, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna print these out and put in their thing also. It's in the other ones as well. That's their logo and their name, Cinnabon. And I was like, hell yeah, dude. And I made cards out of them, and I was like, put them in my binder because there were fan art. I was like, we gotta protect the fan art people, of course. Uh, and they're fun. The game is fun. Trading cards are coming soon, also on July 30th. Ooh, my phone is. Hold on. There you go. All right. Yeah, my phone was freaking uh, heating up right now. What else happened? Yeah, all the other stuff as well. Sharing a health journey, get rid of the dying, and next time you can ask for tips. I don't want to ask for tips. I'm good. I'm good with. So, that's been going on. What else? That's it. That's about it. All the stuff. 27 minutes, 30 minutes of this stuff that I've been talking about. Let's get into the World Cup. And welcome back to another edition of World Cup 101, where we answer the questions casual fans have been wondering about all tournament long. As we get ready for the World Cup final, one question I hear all the time is it basically soccer's version of the Super Bowl? The short answer is yes and no. It's similar in that it's the biggest championship game in the sport, but the way it's celebrated is completely different. The Super Bowl is the biggest sporting event in the United States. We all know that. The World Cup final is one of the biggest sporting events on the entire planet. Like everybody knows the Super Bowl in the United States. Nobody from Norway or unless we talk about it on here all the time. It's like, hey, you ready for the Super Bowl? Like, what's that? I was like, we describe everything that goes on. Okay. But here is totally different. People from nearly every country tune in. Entire cities shut down. Restaurants are packed. Families gather around TVs. Some countries even set up giant outdoor watch parties where thousands of fans watch together. That's been going on all summer long, with everybody just going to bars and stuff. For many people around the world, this isn't just another game; it's a national event. And if you're watching here in the United States, yes, you'll usually find the English broadcast on Fox and the Spanish language broadcast on Telemundo. If you grew up in a Spanish speaking household like I did, you already know where I'm watching because there's just something special about hearing goal. Also, I forgot to do this for everybody else to come back. Goal! It hits differently when it's in Spanish. I heard it in English. I heard I heard it on. I was watching Fox and I was just like watching the game. It's like they did the same. They scored a goal and it's like and it's a goal. Tell me, Chad, what do you think about that? Oh, I think it's very marvelous. He got that deficit in there, and he turned sure threw the ball in, and kicked it in. It's like he had that he had that chance. Rob, he had that chance. Well, then there's that goal. Let's see the replay. Oh, there it is. I heard that. I was like, okay, boring. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Rob and Chad is just like, I don't know who they are, but I only saw goal. There it is. Um, but I love watching it in Spanish because I have no idea what he's saying at all sometimes. And it's like, oh, he's saying the names of the players, and at the same time, how do you not fumble that at, like, sometimes when it's like, are you sure that's the right player, sir? Number 23, number ahí va, ahí vamos le va Messi, Messi se lo va a dar ahí a este muchacho y el muchacho se va allá y oh, ahí va y se va, gol. And then el remato, I don't never knew what el remato means. I've never El remato in Spanish, remato is first person singular present tense of the verb rematar, which translates I finish off, I conclude, or I top off. When used in classified eyes or retail, it means I am selling off cheaply or I'm auctioning. That's not what I think it means. That's not the right one. Hold on. Remate. There, remate meaning. There it is. Remate. Remate is versatile Spanish term primarily meaning auction or end. Finish. There it is. In finish. In English, it can also act as an obscure verb spelled remate, meaning to mate again. Say what? To remate? The meaning of remate depends on context. No, Spanish, soccer, meaning. Oh, okay, there it goes. El remate means shot or strike on goal. It refers to the final offensive action where a player attempts to score. This can range from a powerful kick to a header, remate de cabeza, or a spectacular bicycle kick. The term comes from the Spanish verb rematar, which means to finish or to end. Because if remate concludes a scoring opportunity, it effectively finishes the attacking play. Common phrases you might hear during a match include "Que remate!" What a shot! Remató a la portería! He shot at the goal. Remate de cabeza! A header. Ese remate! And that's the one I'm used to hearing all the time. Look at that shot! So I went all my life not knowing what remate means, and now I do, and I'm just like, oh, that's it? Okay. What a shot. That's great. Good to know. So, hell yeah. If you ever hear someone say remate and after the goal, what a shot. Look at that shot. Holy shit. That fucking shit is awesome. He's not saying that. I'm just saying that for you. But yeah, I'm waiting for them to. They can't say anything like that on in Spanish broadcast because they know it's offensive. Chinga la madre. All right, anyway, que remate. Anyways. We're all done with the remate stuff. Let's continue. Let's continue. Uh, yeah, it totally hits different. Here's what things change. Here's where things change. Like when you tune in, the Super Bowl has become almost as famous for its commercials as it is for the football game. People actually tune in just to see the ads. The World Cup, not so much. There are certainly commercials before the match, during halftime, and after the game. And because it's the biggest event in soccer, companies like Coca Cola, Adidas, Visa, Hyundai, and other global sponsors often debut major campaigns around the tournament. But broadcasters don't stop the game for commercial breaks. Y'all seen Andres Cantor doing the Coors Light commercial. Let me get a Coors. Just the way he does goal, and like That's funny. I love it. Also, I think you've seen other commercials, and I love them. They've been fun to watch them just do it. Gold menace. Um, and because the biggest event in soccer are companies like there's that. Broadcasters don't stop the game for commercial breaks. Once the match starts, that's it. You're watching 45 minutes of uninterrupted soccer. No TV timeouts. No two time no 2 minute warning, no commercial after every possession. For a lot of fans, that's one of the best parts. I'm gonna be looking at football now, like, oh man, another commercial break. Oh, here comes the commercials. All right, here we go. Uh, Unfortunately, there are no halftime shows, and this surprises a lot of Americans. Like watching this having this in the United States and all this stuff, and everybody's all like, "Was there a halftime show? Is there a halftime show for what? We need to have a party for the the soccer." Like, no, there's no halftime show in football. Why would there be one? Like, we're here to watch the game, not to. This is not football. This is not that. Um, Halftime lasts about 15 minutes and is primarily for the players to rest, rehydrate, and for coaches to make tactical adjustments. The entertainment is the match itself, as it should be. That said, FIFA often puts on a pre-match ceremony before the final. Expect music, fireworks, light shows, dancers, flags from around the world, and a celebration of the host nation. Is designed to build excitement before kickoff rather than interrupt the game once it starts. Because you don't want none of that. Like, I get why some of the players on football are tired by that time because all their adrenaline has been, shut off for like 30 minutes when they could have been like back in the game 15 minutes later. Like, okay, why do you need to take 30 minutes off or 45 minutes? Because you need to analyze the game and everything. What happens after the match? Thank you for the high bear. Here's the best part every player dreams about. The moment the final whistle blows, the winning team celebrates with their fans. Medals are presented, then the team captain is handed the most famous trophy cuff. Then the team captain is handed the most famous trophy in soccer, the FIFA World Cup trophy. And when that trophy is lifted into the air, gold confetti rains down. The stadium erupts, players hug, some cry, some fall to their knees. It's the moment every kid dreams about. Millions of children are watching and thinking, one day that could be me. Si se puede. Yes, yes. I want to do that. Um, and that was me one time too. It was like, oh shit, watching Maradona and when I was young and doing all kinds of crazy stuff and the hand of God, the the whole the whole hand of God thing. And it was like, oh, one day I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna play, and so it's like it's the same as what coming out of a movie theater after you've seen an action movie, a karate movie, or a fighting movie. You want to do the exact same thing that they did. So as soon as the game is over, you want to do the exact same thing. You grab your soccer ball, you grab a bunch of friends, and you go to the park or you go hang out in front yard, and you start kicking the ball, and then you start playing, and then you just like, oh, here comes Maradona's goal, and you start doing all kinds of shit, like lifting your shirt up in the air, or taking your shirt off, or doing the whole Ronaldo, like, all kinds of shit, like all kinds of goal celebrations and stuff. And that's the best part. That's the best part because as a kid, you want to emulate all your heroes. You want to emulate all the people that did all kinds of stuff when you were watching them. Um, Pele, Maradona, Jorge Campos, every one of them. And it's like, this Jorge Campos was a goalie. He didn't score any goals, but damn, this dude was fucking awesome that he like stopped the goals. and he dove for them, and it made me want to be like him. It made me want to dive for those goals, dive for all the the balls that are shooting at you. Same with Pele. It just made you want to like, can I do that trick shot? No, but I'm gonna try, and I'm gonna hurt myself. It made you want to bend it like Beckham. There's that movie, and there's Beckham. So it made you want to do that. It made you want to do the whole hand of God like Maradona. Or now it's like every time I hear something about Holland, it's now like I want to hit the ball like Holland and just just kick it in someone's face, at your opponent's face, and make it into the goal. And that is one of the best things ever since I that I've seen on on this year's thing. It is so hilarious. The World Cup only comes around once every 4 years. For many players, they only get one chance. Some never make it back. So every final carries a little extra emotion. This isn't about winning a championship. It's about representing your country on the biggest stage in the sport. For some players, it's the pinnacle of an entire career. It is, truly is. I love it. It's so fucking awesome. Um, so yes, the World Cup final is soccer's biggest game, but it has its own personality. There are commercial breaks every few minutes. There isn't a halftime concert stealing the spotlight. The focus stays on the players, the fans, and the match itself. The pregame ceremony builds the excitement. The crowd provides the soundtrack for 90 minutes. They do. That's the crowd. If it gets boring, if like you're watching at home and it's boring as hell, for me, it's why I don't watch baseball, sometimes football, sometimes basketball, because I'm just sitting there like, why aren't the freaking fans yelling? Ole, 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 ole. Um, but once you watch soccer anywhere, it was like around the world, soccer around the world. Once you watch it, and it's like everybody like doing the rowing that they've been doing all summer long, doing all kinds of shit, yelling for what's his face, Messi, yelling for Ronaldo, or yelling for Speed, who's always been there for the past few, like the entire whole World Cup, shows up and just hangs out. He hung out with the mayor of New York, and like he didn't know who it was. Like, oh, that's you? Okay, cool. Hey, how you doing? You enjoyed watching it? I've enjoyed watching it too. I've just been like, for those 90 minutes though, it's just you're yelling along with them as well. Um, but at the very end, one country gets to lift the most famous trophy in soccer, and that's what makes the World Cup final one of the greatest spectacles in all of sports. And once this is over, I'm just gonna keep saying this, but once this is over, I'm like I'm gonna feel like, oh shit, what are we doing now? We can't say the word goal. Oh man, this is fun. I love it. Forever saying it. Um, I gotta get that. You gotta do the thing. You guys gotta do the thing, and I gotta get the audios ready for Saturday's match, for Saturday's episode, where y'all are saying goal. So yeah, I can't wait for that. All right, after weeks of incredible matches, stunning upsets, penalty shots, penalty shootouts, unforgettable goals, and plenty of heartbreak, the field has been narrowed from 48 nations down to just two. The World Cup trophy is now just one match away from finding its next home. Let's take one last look at how we got here. Uh, when was it? Yesterday's game, Tuesday's game, Spain 2, France 0. The first semifinal featured two European heavyweights as Spain took on France. Many expected a tightly contested battle, but Spain controlled the match from the opening whistle. Their trademark possession kept their trademark possession game kept France chasing the ball, and they capitalized on their chances to earn a convincing 2-0 victory. I was upset. I was like, oh my God. You hear Boppy was just like, what? Like all this talk about Boppy and everything, and like he just that means that Kylian Mbappe and France see their hopes of another World Cup title come to an end. Spain wasn't just passing the ball; they were passing themselves straight into the World Cup final. I wasn't expecting Spain to just show up at all. Like Spain surprised me. Like being coming in from I don't know. It was wow. And I even said it yesterday too, a few days ago. It's like it'd be funny as hell if we got Spain and England in the finals. I don't know, it'd just be funny as hell. And Spain versus England in America. What? Um, and then Argentina 2, England 1. And then came what might have been the match of the tournament. England struck first and looked to be on their way to the final, taking a 1-0 lead and putting Argentina on the ropes. But if there's one thing we learned over the years is this: never count out Argentina. The Albinistas answered with two unanswered goals, completing an incredible comeback to defeat England 2-1. Argentina Argentina simply refused to quit and found a way when everything was on the line. England's fans were already dreaming about Sunday. Argentina had other plans though. The tango keeps dancing. And before a world champion is crowned, we still have one more match left. Sunday at 4 p.m. Central, France versus England. It may not be the championship, but don't overlook this one. A bronze medal is still on the line, and with stars like Bappe, Harry Kane, and Jude Bellingham on the field, there's plenty left to play for. There's also another reason this match matters: the Golden Boot. The Golden Boot, which Bappe, Kane, and Bellingham are a part of. While Spain and Argentina prepare for the World Cup final, several players are still battling for one of soccer's biggest individual honors, the Golden Boot, awarded to the tournament's leading goal soccer scorer. Awarded to the tournament's leading goal scorer. Current leaders right now, the top five. It's no longer the top 10 anymore because the top 10, the bottom five of the top 10 are just like, they're gone. Uh, First leading one, Lionel Messi from Argentina, 8 goals. Messi enters the final tied for the lead. If he finds the back of the net on Sunday, he could finish the tournament as both a World Cup champion and Golden Boot winner. Kylian Mbappe at number 2, tied with number 1, with 8 goals from France. Mbappe gets one last opportunity on Saturday's third place match to move ahead of Messi before Argentina even takes the field. So it counts. It counts. I love that it counts because like Bobby could score 1 goal and be at 9, and then the entire match for Argentina, Messi doesn't get a shot in, and they lose, and then Bobby's like the MVP. Erling Haaland from Norway with 7 goals. Our boy is still around. Our boy is still getting at least third place, if anything. You know, our boy from Norway. Our boy. That's our boy. Norway's tournament may be over, but Holland leaves with 7 goals and one of the most impressive individual performances of the World Cup. That man, freaking, he went back to Norway, and first thing he did was decided to like dress up as the Joker and go around just spooking people, and they're like, "Hey, is that Holland?" It's like, "I recognize you because you're tall." Like, oh shit, and he's all like smiling the entire time, laughing and enjoying it. And I'm like, you lose the freaking thing, and then you go back to your country, and the first thing you do is dress up as a Joker. I love it. Um, Harry Kane with the next one, two, three, four. Harry Kane number 4 with 6 goals. England may have missed out on the final, but Kane still has a chance. A multi-goal performance against France could suddenly put him right back in the Golden Boot conversation. And Jude Bellingham from England with 6 goals. Also, Bellingham has quietly become one of the breakout stars of the tournament. Like Kane, he'll have one last opportunity on Saturday to climb the leaderboard. So while the third place match doesn't decide the World Cup champion, it could decide who finishes at the tournament's top scorer. Um, Again, it'd be funny as hell if Harry Kane and Jude Bellingham just kept on shooting goals and goes up to 8, and they both tie it with them 4, or like at least one of them takes it to 9. But yeah, and at least. Um, so the World Cup final, it's it's coming. Um, then the moment we'd all been waiting for, Sunday at 2 p.m. Central, Spain versus Argentina. It all comes down to this: one nation will lift the World Cup, the other will leave wondering what could have been. Spain has reached the final by controlling possession, dictating the pace, and frustrating every opponent they faced. Argentina has survived one thriller after another, showing resilience, determination, and just enough magic to keep advancing. Now there's only one hurdle left, one match, one final whistle, one champion. Will Spain's beautiful passing game carry them to another World Cup title, or will Lionel Messi and Argentina write one final masterpiece and bring the trophy back to Buenos Aires in memory of Maradona? This weekend isn't just about crowning a World Cup champion. It's also about finishing one of the closest Golden Boot races we've seen in years. Can Mbappe take the lead on Saturday? Can Harry Kane or Jude Bellingham score enough goals to make things interesting? Or will Messi have the final word on Sunday, winning both the World Cup and the Golden Boot? By the end of the weekend, we'll have all our answers. One country will celebrate, one player will finish as the tournament's leading scorer, and millions of fans around the world will witness another unforgettable ending to the beautiful game. And we'll be back next week to break down the third place match. We'll be back on Saturday to break down the third place match, crown the 2026 World Cup champion, or predict, actually. Let's go back. Let's do that again. We'll be back next week to break down the third place match. We'll be back on Saturday to break down the third place match, predict the 2026 World Cup champions, reveal the final Golden Boot standings, and look back at the biggest moments, surprises, and memories from an unforgettable tournament. We'll analyze every match these two countries have been against each other or with who they faced, and all that stuff. Yeah, I can't wait. One more time from the back of your cockles. Clear your sinuses first, and then say it with me one more time. I want to see in the chat also. I want to see little soccer balls if you guys can. Spam the chat with soccer balls. I love it. I love it. Spam the chat with soccer balls and with goals. Here we go. Ready? One, two, three. Goal! I'm never gonna get tired of saying that. I really did. I'm really loving it right here. I'm never gonna get tired of it. This is fucking awesome. We should all just spam the chat on Saturday with soccer balls and goal chants, so he can say it too. I He's gonna start off the show with. I'm gonna start off the show with Greg yelling goal. Like last week's episode, that wasn't good enough. I need a good. I need a good goal. Oh man, I love it. Thank you for spamming the chat. I love it. I love it. I love it. You guys are awesome. All right. Anyway, you guys ready for this? You guys, because like I've been talking about this. I think we need to talk more about Power World now. All right. I mean, how do we go from gold to Power World? All right. You guys ready? Welcome back to Press Start, the part of M3P podcast where we talk about what's happening in gaming, what we're playing, the games we're excited about, and sometimes the decisions that lead us to try something completely new. And this week, I finally downloaded Power World. Y'all heard me already in the top of the show telling you what I did. So now let's break it down in the, you know, Let's break it down. Why I did that. Um, I'm not here to say Power World replaced Pokemon because I still want cards. I'm not here to crown a winner. I'm not trying to start another Pokemon versus Power war or debate. This whole story is less about which games matter and and about why I ended up playing Power World in the first place. Um, and what happens when I jump into a modern video game without someone telling me exactly what to do. So let's start with the reason I freaking downloaded this game. I am dying to tell you guys. So, as y'all know, I've been buying I've been buying Pokemon cards for years. Um, son of a bitch. Yeah, this is just part part of what I have. This is just part of what I have. It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. I'm telling you. Boom, right? So, you know, I just love collecting them. I love the artwork. I've talked about the artists that do the artwork: Soso, Scab, Hayu Gonosuke, um, Yuki Mori, the clay one, the um, who else? The other ones, like, come on. Um, it's just when I'm like thinking I have it all figured out, I get all the crochet ones, those. Like I love those. I love every one of them. T0, um, Shibushi. I could go on and on. Like these are my favorite artists. Gujima. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Hold on. What else? Who else? No, we're good. Cookie Saito, right there. Um, like I love the artwork. I love just like collecting them and stuff. I love opening packs. I love organizing my binders and seeing what cards I've added over time. Um, and that whole experience is nostalgic for me. I love it. Like it takes me back to being a kid again. It takes me back to like I've said this before when we used to have the Thundercats sing the the magazine, and we used to collect all the stickers, and you have to put the stickers in there. And like I forgot, like I didn't forget what it was, but I forgot what company had it and did it. I didn't know like about it until I got the World Cup one with the stickers, and it was Panini. And so I looked it up, and they're selling it on eBay, obviously, for like fucking hundreds of dollars and shit. With without the stickers, it's like $50. But like, where are you gonna get the stickers? With the stickers, like 500. I was like, really? You want to do that? Nah, I'm good. But it took me back to that, to wanting to do that, and like I love just, and it just makes sense because the podcast is all about that. Um, we're about nostalgia or 80s, 90s, 2000. We're millennials. We love hoarding old stuff. We love looking back at old stuff that made us happy. Um, back in the 90s, back in the 80s, when it was just like it wasn't. We didn't get to. We didn't like everything wasn't fast track as it is now, where like as soon as we get an update on something else, we forget about the old stuff. No, back then you were stuck with the same um, stuff for like a few years, and then up then, you know, yeah. Um, but recently I started getting the itch again. I wanted to actually play a creature collecting game, and I didn't want to do it with Pokemon Go because I was just getting tired of Pokemon Go. The um, my my memory on my phone is is bad, and there's a lot of stuff, and I haven't gone on a road trip in a while, so I haven't collected anything new, and it's been like just around here, like nationally, like around this area over here. Um, what else? There's Pokemon Pocket, but I gotta play against other people, and I just rather do this. And you have to pay, pay to win, basically. Um, and then here's the other thing. I know there's a Switch, but I don't own one, and like I really wanted one, and it's like the Switch 2. I really want the Switch 2. But if I'm gonna buy a Switch 2, I want the version that connects to the TV. You know, I want the one that you can just hang out, chill for a moment, and just like instead of having to look at to your thing because my eyes are messed up. We're old. We're old. I want to sit down. I want to have the controller in my hand. I want to just like chill and lay down and look at the big screen and um, get lost in it. Um, and obviously, like I wanted to buy Pokopia. I wanted to buy Pokemon ZA, and then the new started looking up the new games that are coming out for Pokemon, and I thought it was just one game. And I kept saying Pokemon Winds and Waves. Oh my god, I can't wait for Pokemon Winds and Waves and finally find out what this is about. And then I realized, oh, you mean it's Pokemon Winds and Pokemon Waves. Two separate games. So here's what we need. We need a Switch 2. We need the Switch 2 that connects to the TV. And we need two games. Yeah, that's a lot of money right there. And that's how Pokemon gets you. You start with one and suddenly you start trying to collect everything. Everything. Um, that is pretty big. I mean, I already do it for this, but I don't even like not like I'm paying a lot of money right on top of it right away. Is you know is just that. So a couple months ago, I started hearing rumblings about Power World and everything, and I'm scrolling to the PlayStation Store, and I see that it was like expensive. It's like, oh, whatever. I'll come back in a couple years, and it'll probably like go down in price and everything. And then like this past weekend, I looked at it again, and there it is, 1.0. I'm like, what does that even mean? And not only that, 30% off. What? Hell yeah. A game I can buy in a system I already own. No extra console, no extra purchase. Just download it and start playing. Well, extra purchase, just the purchase of $20. Hell yeah, let's do it. That made more sense than just like 50 for this one, 60 for this one, 60 for this one. And then Nintendo coming out saying, oh, you can afford it. No, what do you know? How do you know what I can afford, sir? Ma'am, Nintendo. So, I went in on this game and I wanted to see what it was about. So if you missed out about what Power World is, let me explain it to you. Power World is an open world creature collecting survival game. You capture these creatures called pals, but instead of just battling them like Pokemon, these creatures actually become part of your world. They help you build, they farm, they mine resources, they carry supplies, they generate electricity, they defend your base. They defend your base because if you're playing alone, it's fine to just play alone. But if you're playing with multiplayer, they defend your base against other players. Is really fun. Some of them you can even ride while exploring. I haven't gotten to that concept yet, but hopefully I will soon. It's almost like someone looked at creature collecting and asked, "What if these creatures weren't just your teammates? but they were your entire survival team. And this is where people got caught up. Power World is not Pokemon, and obviously, I don't want it to be. Um, because comparing it to this Pokemon is like what's the saying? Pokemon has decades of history. Pokemon is about collecting, battling, becoming champion, collecting them all, feeling the adventure, um, buying cards, buying different type of, you know, finding different types of regional Pokemon of the same to Pokemon. Alolan, Hisuian, Galarian. Um, Power World is different. Power World is something different. Power World is survival, crafting, exploration, building a world and figuring out how everything works. They can both exist. Um, so you guys remember that scene in Back to the Future 2 where Marty McFly goes in the future version of Cafe 80s? He's walking to the future restaurant that's basically a nostalgia for us. Like if we had a Cafe 80s, it'd be like, damn, that's nostalgic. But in Back to the Future 1, he goes from the 80s to where this cafe is supposed to be, and it's just like a cafe. But now he's in 2015, 2016, and the Cubs have won the World Series, and um, he goes into this place, and it's just all nothing but 80s nostalgia stuff for everywhere. You got Michael Jackson and with his head just telling you about the menu. You had arcade games with a bunch of kids, like trying to play the six shooter game, and they're like, "That's a kids game." Like, whatever. So Marty wants something, so he goes up to the counter and like an animated Max Headroom style video version of President Reagan and the Ayatollah Khomeini arguing with each other as waiters. They're glitching, they're talking over each other, they're trying to influence Marty's decision. Order this. No, order this. Order this one. Oh, choose this. No, choose that. No, come here and eat here. No, take this, take that. And finally, Marty just stops him and says, "Hey, all I want is a Pepsi." That's it. And it's like, oh, okay. So they give him a Pepsi, and it's like this whole futuristic Pepsi looking thing. We're waiting on that still. That was me, Marty. I identified with Marty when I started Power World. So I went online, I went on YouTube and TikTok to see what people were saying about Power World. And I was surrounded by videos, the best starter build, the best pals to catch first, the mistakes you can make, the perfect beginner strategy. Every Twitch streamer and gaming influencer was basically standing there saying, "Before you play, let me tell you exactly how to play. Let me tell you about the best build you can do." Yeah. And don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you like this, don't forget to like and subscribe. And follow for more. Yeah. Follow for more updates. Um like every time, every one of them. Here are 10 pals that you should get immediately right away. Okay, you start off with pals that are like in your area right there, and they're asking you to go past everything else and go straight to the end of the game and get those pals immediately. Like, no, that's not happening. There's no way to do that. Sorry. These are the 10 pals you should never get. Don't get these. They don't do anything. How about you don't tell me what to do? How about no? So, you know, like, don't do this, do that. Don't do that. You do this, you're making a big mistake. You're going to want to do this. You're going to want to do that. Here's a perfect beginner strategy. Go from level 1 to level 30 right away. Man, like everybody was telling you exactly how to play. And it just reminded me of how much gaming has changed. Um, Growing up, after I got a game, like I'm going to use this as a reference. Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time. My best friend had it first, and he was playing it. I was watching him play, and like we were alternating. It was like, "What do you do next? What do you do next?" I don't know shit. Okay, so he would do this. He would get stuck. He got stuck in the water temple. Fuck that. He got stuck in the water temple. He got stuck in every other temple. Um, uh, like obviously he'll like play by himself later on, but like me going freaking the store and just checking out stuff, and then I see the tips and tricks magazine, and I'm looking at it, it's like, oh, they're talking about Legend of Zelda. Look at that, and they have the tips and tricks and everything, and it's already there, and I'm just like, oh shit, well look at that. All right. So I go back to his place. I tell him what to do. He does it. Oh hey, there it goes. Um, you know, um, FOMO. That was the first time I ever hit FOMO because after that moment, I went and got Legend of Zelda: Ocarina of Time on my um 64. Was it 64 or Super Nintendo? It was Super Nintendo. I don't remember. Nintendo 64, probably. Where was it on? It was on 1998, and it was the Nintendo 64. Knew it. It was a Nintendo 64. So every game he had, I would have it also, because like, oh my god, you're frustrating me. I need to do this. Let me do this. WWE No Mercy, WWE SmackDown versus Raw, like not SmackDown versus Raw, but WWE No Mercy, WCW, all that, like GoldenEye and everything. Like every time he played it, and I'm just like looking at him play, and it's just like, I want to play, but I don't want to be here. I'm gonna go home. So when I did go home and got Ocarina of Time, and this dude comes over and checks in on me because I haven't been to his house, and he's all like, "Where you been?" I was like, here." And he heard the Ocarina, and he's like, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm just like, nothing." He comes in and he's watching my brother play Ocarina of Time. It's like, "Oh, this is where you've been?" Like, yeah. I needed to get the game. I was so frustrated with you just getting stuck in places, and I'm just like, all right, well, whatever. And he's all like, okay. And now my brother is stuck, and he's all like, all right, go do that. I was like, oh, there it goes. That's great. Yeah, it is. It is. It is. And that's how the whole FOMO thing started because of that. But point of the story is that I went to the store and saw the Game Informer magazine, tips and tricks, all that stuff. I had magazines. I had all that. Um, I we played. Basically, we played, we experimented, we learned, we trial and error, we did all that. It was part of the adventure, trying to go a different route than where you're supposed to go, even for Final Fantasy games. And you go the mission. You gotta do the mission. You gotta do the mission. Oh, let's do some side quests first. Let's talk to all these NPCs, and that's exactly what Dungeon Crawler Carl is. Because that's the reason I love that book, because I do side we he does the side missions. He talks to other people besides just go through the mission. Like if it was like that easy, if we could do that like right away, like let's forget about these side missions and go straight to the freaking end of the freaking thing, and that's it. We're done. This game can be done in like and 2-3 hours or so. No, I'm walking around looking at everything. Is there an Easter egg here? There an Easter egg there? Maybe. So, you know, That's exactly what I did for Power World, where I just went around and spent the first 10 hours doing trial and error. I'm playing. I want to play. I'm not looking for the perfect build. I built house. I built a house. It's not perfect, but you know what? It is perfect for me because it's I did all that. To me, I wasted resources. I messed up. I built things in the wrong place. I didn't know that you could catch more than five pals. It's your house and you love it. Exactly. It's my house and I love it. Um, I caught pals because I thought they looked cool, not because someone told me they were the strongest. Um, I the fucking duck that's called Flock. Where is my binder? I gotta show you my binder. The freaking duck that's called a flock. There's a duck. Here's the duck. Here's the duck. Look at the name. Look at the name. It's called a flock. I can't. I can't. And when you and if you're looking at it like, why does he have a binder full of Pokemon or pals? Well, here's the reason why. I was like, I'm going past this. Hold on. These are the ones I already caught. I'm I'm doing my own pal decks. These are the ones I already caught. I'm showing them off. I'm like telling everybody on here, like I caught this one. I caught that one. I want this one. I want that one. Okay, this one. Um, but like, all right, cool. And but the point is that I don't want to look at the thing. It made me laugh, and nobody said anything about Flock in any of these influencers. Nobody said anything about Flock. If they had said anything about that, I would have been like, "Oh, where is he? Where is he? I want to go there right away and catch this motherfucker," because that is hilarious. As soon as I saw this guy just hanging out around the area that I was in, and I see the name, I was like, "Who? Ah, what? Let me catch it. It's mine now." There's another one called Depresso. Depresso. Like what? These names are hilarious. And how come you influencers don't have them on your oh, they're not the best. Don't worry. Like I don't care if they're not the best. I want them. I'm a freaking collector. I will collect as many freaking Pokemon as I want. Or pals. I'm sorry, pals. Um uh and it just to me, I will catch them if I want to, and it's a thing that I want to do. If I had a wall, of course I'm going to look it up. Like I looked up something that happened. If I'm stuck in a puzzle or a level, I'll search YouTube and TikTok and figure it out myself. It's like, all right, thank you for letting me know where it's at, all that stuff, and that's what I'm looking for. Um, Back when before TikTok, like YouTube, you look up uh so and so game level 3 blah blah blah, and then this part right here, and you find it, and it was the Arkham City games, the Arkham Asylum games, where all the Riddler riddles, and where's the Riddler's question marks and everything, and you go to it, and then you finally got it, you finally see the video of it, and then you pause it, and then you go on your game and you look for it. I was like, all right, I caught it, good, awesome, and that's that. Go about your business with playing the game. Save this video just in case you get stuck again, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Like, just do it. um Trial and error. I don't want the internet to play the game for me. I want to experience this on my own. I want this adventure on my own. I want to know what I need to do by myself and all that stuff. But let's talk about the elephant in the room. Power World didn't just become popular, it became controversial. When Power World launched in January 24, it exploded. Millions of players jumped in. I didn't even know about it till like later, I guess, because of the controversy. Um, it's like people looked at creatures, the pals, and said, "Is that Pokemon with guns?" That's another thing I forgot to mention. These pals have guns. The game is mixed with creature collecting, survival crafting, base building, exploration, and multiplayer. Um, it feels like Minecraft, Pokemon, survival game, and multiplayer. It feels like Minecraft though. Many players loved it because they wanted a more mature creature catching experience. Flock. Um, but others felt like Power World was getting a little too close to Pokemon's identity. It's like Timu version of Pokemon Power World. No, it's not. Then the Nintendo and the Pokemon company stepped in. They filed a patent infringement lawsuit against Pocket Pair, the studio behind Power World. And this lawsuit was not simply they copied Pokemon designs. This was about parent patents involving gameplay mechanics, things like creature capturing interactions and certain systems involving riding and summoning. So basically, fucking Pokemon thought that they own the whole throwing your Pokeball, capturing, and summoning. When in reality, no, that was a long time ago with Final Fantasy, where you get the summon stuff. Um, and that became a question: like, can a company own a gameplay idea? Video games have always borrowed from each other. Mario inspired platformers, Doom inspired shooters, GTA inspired open worlds and stealing uh, cars and hitting hookers and um, the meme before GTA 6 comes out. Yeah, that's the only thing GTA inspired. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Battle royales borrowed from survival games. Every generation builds on what came before. So why are Pokemon having such a big fit over this? Like, when does inspiration become copying? When does protecting your idea stop innovating? That's the debate. For years, Pokemon fans have been asking Nintendo for more. Give us a bigger world. Give us more freedom. Give us deeper mechanics. Something different. Then Power World comes along and says, "What if creature collecting has survival mechanics, crafting, and base building? Base building, right?" And suddenly, millions of people were interested. What if we had an open world, a bigger world, right? Enter ZA, enter Pocopia. Oh my God, Pocopia! Finally, a bigger world, freaking building and stuff. Huh? Don't panic or anything. Don't no, don't panic. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Pokemon, don't be suspicious. And then Pokemon wins and waved, where it's a bigger world now of islands. Hmm. Okay. And here's where it gets so freaking hilarious, because now Pocket Pair has decided they're gonna do more stuff. I saw this morning. Um, well, not only this, I'll let you know about this in a minute, but Power World's getting a trading card game. They already got a trading card game. It's like everybody getting like the the beta testing. It's already there. Um, Now everyone who knows me knows I'm deep into Pokemon cards, elbows deep. So when you tell me, the Pokemon collector, that Power World is entering the card game space, when Tell me when. Say less. Tell me when, and I'm there. Because I'm gonna be curious about the gameplay. I'm gonna be curious about the artwork. Um, I'm gonna be curious if people. I'm gonna gotta have it exactly. I'm gonna be curious if people. If, are we gonna get scalpers? Are we gonna get? Are we gonna get base sets and then 2 months later it's oh here comes Power World 1.0. That's probably what they're gonna call it, Scarlet and Violet type thing. Um, are we gonna get shiny? Are we gonna get hollows? What are the energy cards gonna be called? I forgot what they're gonna be called. I saw someone play it already and do all that stuff, and items are guns, and as well as other stuff. There's stadiums, there's items, they already made some trainers, all that stuff. You're going to be so excited. I am going to be so excited. I'm already excited. I'm so excited. I can say I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I'm so scared. Basically. Um. So, and not only that, not only that, not only is there a card game, I can't. I just can't hide it. I can't hide it. Um. There was a trailer earlier on YouTube called Pokemon Farming, and it's exactly what it sounds like. All the farming Pokemon, all the farming Pokemon, Pokemon. I'm sorry, all the farming pals that are there that are in your team are going to be in this game, and you get to do all kinds of stuff with it. It's just like a farm. What's it called? That one game that we were deep into in 2020 about farming and stuff. I think it was like around when Facebook just first started. Was it Facebook farming? And was that what it's called? I forgot what it was called. I don't remember this. Um, but yeah, it's gonna be the same thing, but it's gonna be on a console. And now it's doing the exact same thing that Pokemon is doing. Like now you got to buy this game, and now you got to do this. It's like, oh, I'm not gonna get Power, but at the same time, that's funny as hell. Like whoever wants to get powered, go for it. Go play your game. Have fun with it. Um, so now I want to throw this over to all of you. Have you played Power World yet? What's one thing you wish you knew before starting? I'm not gonna tell you what to do. No spoilers, just helpful advice. Um, you can tell me what was going on. Uh, my own like if I had tell anybody what Pokemon, what PAL to like get first, it's gonna be Flock. That's one of your best. That's gonna be one of your funniest ones ever. Get Flock. Get Flock. Um, and if you've never played it, you should go play it. What's stopping you? Is it the Pokemon comparisons? Are you waiting for more updates? And that's what I love. That's what I love because we're gonna have with the fact that it came out as a different game that is a 1.0. That means in a few years, when there's a 2.0, it'll just update. You already own it, but you can just update it. And, you know, 2.0, 3.0, 4.0. Meanwhile, Pokemon's going to be like Pokemon Pokopia, Pokemon Wind, Pokemon Wave, Pokemon Pokopia 2, uh, Pokemon Dark Abyss, Pokemon Mega. What else is next? Yeah, see? There you go. Um, am I excited to keep playing? Yes, because it's a new game for me. Just this, I'm as excited for this as I was with Marvel Rivals. The fact that I'm not playing Marvel Rivals at the moment is because the new season just started, and I'm giving them a week to like do all their shit that they need to do. Everybody that's in bronze are gonna go up, and because new things just happen, I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna leave it alone by that time. Um, maybe I'll love this game. Maybe I'll just forever play with it for like another few hours because I'm already 10 hours deep. This is crazy. Maybe I'll eventually bounce off of it and be like, all right, cool, let's go back to Marvel Rivals. Um, and that's what gaming's supposed to be, not finding the perfect build. Follow and subscribe. Yeah. That's following the exact same path someone else took and telling you you should follow my path. See right here? Go to coordinates 350 and negative 640 and find this pal right there, and you'll be glad you did that because it is the most awesome pal you'll ever have, and it's gonna help you along with the game. Um, don't do that. Create your own story, create your own narrative, make your own mistakes, make your own discoveries, make your own moments. Those are things that you should do, that you need, that are there. And if we could change the names of these pals, I would so totally do it because Flock is so fucking awesome. I want to change it to like other names, but we can't, so it's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Um, Maybe this becomes a regular segment where I come back every week and tell you the ridiculous things that happened in my latest Power Wheel adventure. I can't wait because it could be. It could be. I could tell you everything that's happening. I could tell you that the Katiba, the cat, freaking sassy ass cat that I found. I went into a dungeon and I found a bigger cat, Katiba, and I'm all excited. I found a Depresso. I can't catch it, but I found it. Um, there's Flock. I'm gonna play around with Flock. There's the herbal one where it just if you die, I only died once because of this. If you die, this little pal will come back, will like summon itself and just give you freaking chest compressions and revive you and everything. And I'm just like, this is fucking awesome. I love it. This is so great. Um, uh, who else? I think I've played that much. Kativa, and they will help you build. They will help you do all kinds of stuff. It is so awesome. I love it. Yeah, that's enough for me. That's enough. That's enough because like it's an hour and 30 minutes. Um, I don't think I'm gonna recommend this to Greg because I already recommended one thing, and because this is on PS5, he doesn't have a PS5 yet. But if he does have a PS5, if he ever gets a PS5, this is the game to get. Not Marvel Rival. Obviously, the Marvel Rival is free. Maybe he should get that as a free game. But if he ever wants to do a, you know, get lost like he did with the book and spend hours and hours and hours on this is the game that he should get. Most definitely. Oh my god. I was like, I love this. Thank you for listening to me talk, jump on my soapbox about Power World. I love it. It is so awesome. It would be perfect. It would be perfect. I love it. Let me drink some water because we're about to jump into Dungeon Crawler Carl's discussions here in a minute. All right. Um, Last time we talked about book 5. This book right here. Can I interest you in the book of Dungeon Crawler Carl? I would like to talk to you about this book. It is a book that I have recommended for everybody. Greg has joined the cult. He even said it so on in his TikTok. He said, "I have joined the cult." Hold on, I gotta charge the phone real quick. I gotta turn this off. Hold on. I'll be right back. All right. Hopefully, it doesn't do that whole. Okay, it's fine. All right. So last time we talked about book 5, we were coming off the biggest emotional moment of the book so far. Carl and Donut finally discovering B was alive. After 4 books of trauma, anger, abandonment, cheating, and unanswered questions, we finally got the confrontation we had been waiting for. But now we move into the next stretch of chapters, and this section tested my patience a little bit. The next stretch of chapters are 15 chapters. Yeah, the chapters are short. They really are. But at the same time, I get why, because last time we did like what 6, 7 chapters and they were long. This time we're doing like 12 to 15, and they're fine. They're short chapters, but at the same time, like all right, it gets the job done. Um, but it tested my patience. Oh my god, compared to what we got, it's going faster. It's probably why the reason I'm just like, compared to what we gotten so far, compared to Heckler's betrayal in book 3, the Maestro fight, the Sharktopus battle, Quan Chi, that motherfucking asshole, the entire ending of book 4, um, Maggie Mai. Book 5 starts off feeling different. It is slower, more strategic, more about positioning pieces on the board. They're playing chess. They're playing the long game. They are playing the long, boring game of chess. They are waiting. They are like two pro chess. This is Magneto and Professor Xavier, where they only play against each other once they see each other every years, few years. Because he had to go visit him in the prison, the plastic prison, Professor X to Magneto, and then I was like, it's the same chessboard that they had last time, and they're just talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and not moving a single play until later when he's about to leave. It's like, oh, okay, here's my turn. It is strategic, very. But this is something that Matt has done before. The author, Matt Dinneman, he takes his time. He lets you wonder why we're spending so much time on certain character situations. He spent his time talking about what Katya was doing, how she was feeling, and the payoff was Hecla dead. It's a slow burn for sure. It is. And then the payoff happens. Let's say, you know, the same thing happened with the B reveal. And these chapters prove it again. But because we start off slow, the payoff ended up being worth it. And I should have known. Like it happened with Hecla, it happened with B, it happened with the worm, with Maggie Mai, and with Frank, and the whole thing. And I'm just like, why is this one is much, 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 much slower and longer though. Um, Serena Singh revenge. She comes back, comes into the section. We still have the aftermath of everything from the previous floor. Carl's dealing with the hunters coming after him, the consequences of destroying the previous floor. Or Lewis caught telling that, looking at a picture of a hunter's mom and saying, "Oh, she's beautiful. I don't mind." Um, Juice box, can you change it to this girl? Which pissed him off. It pissed off the hunter that wanted that, whose mom was that, and then the pissed off fucking hunter decided to go after Louise and everybody in that group. Carl's also dealing with his reputation, with trying to keep everyone alive, and then we get introduced to NPCs that are connected to Serena Signet. Okay. And I read somewhere it's a character building book. Be patient. The only character building I want is Carl and Donut. This is the only character building that I want. Carl, Donut, and Katya. I am here from the start. I am not here for other people's stuff. Same as, you're late. You're new here. Okay, why are you new? Like, you know, you know. Um, we get introduced to new NPCs. That's what it said. I was like, fine, fine, I guess, fine. We get introduced to new NPCs. Chapter 16 introduces us to two new NPCs. Clint, which immediately gives us Clint Eastwood vibes. Ooh, I think he's the one with the mullet. He's the one with the mullet that I showed you guys. The name alone feels like Matt is playing with the Western old school tough guy energy. I know you are. It's okay. We're. I'm trying. I know you're late, but I'm trying to like keep you up to date on what's going on. And this is what this is all about. It's the recap. The recap episode of the last 15 chapters that you know that I talk about. So every 10 chapters, I'm gonna do an episode about it. And then we get Holger. What does Holger mean? It just came off as hold your horses. We get Clint, mullet, talks like in a rough redneck accent. You get Clint Eastwood vibes. You get Holger, like you immediately think, hold your horses, Holger. Uh, and none of these names make sense. Obviously, hold on. Okay. None of these names make sense. Obviously, um, but they help with the plan moving forward. And sometimes these interactions stand out. They argue. They give Donut advice. They are exactly the most stable group, but Carl isn't stable either. So it just makes sense to have them there. Um, then we get the emotional payoff. Carl and Donut heading to a death show, and we already know something Carl doesn't. At the end of book 4, we find out Bee's alive, and she's been shagging up with that one guy. No, not really. She hasn't been shagging up, but She's been hanging out with this dude who was just like um, the guy that she ended up that took the picture with her in Mexico, down the one with the Instagram, that he thought it would be funny to have the friends do, and but she was upset that like that happened, and she wanted to go home. We find out everything that happened, and you know, I still don't feel bad about it. You still don't feel bad because Donna's been telling Carl everything that she's done behind his back. Donna's been doing the whole receipt thing. Um, but we find out Bea's alive, and we're like, oh shit, Carl and Donut, how they're gonna react? What's gonna happen? We don't know. And then we get to that page. Finally, that page. Um, One of the most strongest emotional moments in the series. I was hoping she wasn't come back. I was hoping too. It was just like, oh, she's dead, or my theory was that she's probably watching somewhere. Hey, that's my cat. Hey, that's my boyfriend. Hey, but no, they didn't keep her up to date. That's the whole thing that I hated. That they didn't keep her up to date on what's happening in the dungeon. Um, like why? Why would you do that? Why not just have her watch the whole show and then, hey, blindside her with, here's Carl and Donut. They're still alive. Oh my god! And then they're like, sup? Um, the 4 books, Bees has existed as Carl's trauma, Donut's abandonment, um, the reason Carl hates himself, the person who changed both of their lives forever. And she's standing right in front of them, and all they could do is just like, "Oh, you're alive. Well, good luck to you." Uh, the B's reaction is that she's confused. She sees that Carl's alive. Donut can talk. The dungeon is nothing like she thought. She should have gone in. She thought maybe she should have gone in, but the Chad guy that she was with was like, "No, come on, let's go." Blah, 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 blah. And like they told Carl and Donut ahead of time, "Oh yeah, she's alive and she's on the show." They didn't tell her anything, so it was a blindside towards her. Like she comes in and they're like, "Hey, what's up?" And Carl's all like, "Hey," and then she doesn't know what to say, but Donut does it for her. Yes, she survived. Donut does it for her and says, "Sit down, sweetie," blah blah blah. And then here comes B decides this cat that I haven't seen in like 30 days is talking now. What the fuck? Like what? Um like oh my god, she's surprised by it. And like because they're live, Donut is holding back. Donut is acting like none of this bothered her. Carl is just Carl doing Carl things. I don't have time for this. I have other people that are coming after me, and you're just here. Um, your cat told me everything you did behind my back. So yeah, peace out. Hope take care. Good luck in your future endeavors. Good luck in whatever that you end up doing, girl. But I gotta go back and save the world. Donna's just like, it's okay. It's okay, sweetie. You understand, right? Oh yeah, I told him everything that you did. Why? Because you were gonna do it to me too. And people watching it, of course, they see this awkward reunion, but they don't get a rise. They wanted to see a rise out of it, but they didn't get a rise out of it. They wanted Carl and Donut to be uncomfortable. They didn't get uncomfortable. They're on camera and they're like, "Oh yeah, hey, cool, you're alive, awesome. Listen, I'm glad you're alive, but take care." Um, yes, I'm getting there. Um, that whole moment reminded me of reality show reunion episodes. The one where everyone has watched the footage, everyone knows what happened, everyone's been waiting for the confrontation, except instead of what did you say that? Why did you say that behind my back? Why did you say it in my face? Um, why did you steal $500,000 from me? Bananas. Um, why'd you steal $500,000 from Sarah? Or $1 million? I'm sorry. Why'd you steal $1 million from Sarah? That part I was like, yeah. um, Instead of that, asking that question, it was Donut. Why'd you abandon us during the apocalypse? Like she didn't know. She was out in Cabo. Was it Cabo? The Bahamas. Okay, so that's on camera. Everything. Everybody's thinking like, oh, this didn't turn out the way it was supposed to. No. Okay, then never mind. Then I guess turn the cameras off. The show's over. Blah blah. The cameras are off. Donut assures like, are the cameras off? Good. Listen, bitch. You are not my person anymore. You don't get to decide what to do, and B is just standing there the entire time, just taking it all in. Um, and she's been wanting to say this for like forever now, for like the past 30 to 40 days, and she tells her B off like, "You are no longer my person. Uh, Carl's no longer your person. Carl's my person. We take care of each other. You were gonna replace me. You made me into a champion show cat, but I don't. You can't just throw away people like that. It just trauma after trauma after trauma that's been building up since book one, book two, when we find out that she thinks B's dead. To now it is they are to her, and she tells Hecla this in book three. How can you replace her? How can you do that to Katya? And it was like Katya gave you her all, and you gave her nothing, and that's the whole thing. She calls her a spineless bitch, and it was more like a question of like, was I not good enough? Did I not do anything that you wanted me to do? And it traumatic. And then both of them realized that they weren't the problem. She was. Um, Everybody was expecting rage, revenge for Carl. Instead, he's tired. He's dealing with the hunters. He's dealing with other people. He's dealing with Quan Chi. He's dealing with he just took out a bunch of people last book. Um, Maggie Mai and everything. And here comes ex girlfriend who's just like, "Hi, hi, hi. How you doing? Hello, hi." And he just basically says, "Take care, goodbye." And to us, take care means like never want to see you again, never want to talk to you again. And that was it. That was like a whole emotional thing of the entire series built into one little chapter, one little section, and we're done. And it's like, oh, is that it? Okay. And then we find out the even bigger twist. B wasn't just rescued; she was supposed to be used. Borat wanted her as a neighborhood boss. They wanted to before finding out that she was rescued by Odette, they wanted to blindside Carl and Donut by having him do, and you find out later what it was supposed to be. It was supposed to be the Dungeon Crawler World Comic Con, and what they were going to do was have B show up and like, oh hey, this is your neighborhood boss. This is who you're going to fight next. Um, and we find out later that that was supposed to sing. We find out that they were supposed to have a meet and greet and all this other stuff. Um, it was a slow burn. Like we were waiting there, we getting there, we were getting there, we were getting there, we were getting there, and it finally paid off. It finally happened, and the emotional weight around it was so. It was oh my god, it was so awesome. Um, and just when you think the biggest situation is the biggest thing happening, there's also a revolution happening. Donut has been secretly helping moving Balte agents. She's been working with Zeb. She's been helping the Bourne Emancipation Front. And we find out that Balte owns 51% of Borant. The dungeon isn't a game anymore, it's corporate war. Chapters 21 to 23, we find out about CrawCon, basically Comic Con, except the celebrities are people fighting for survival. So Carl gets put into three different sections. You have to judge a cosplay art contest, and then you get to do a crawling panel, and then you get to have an autograph session. And just like you're, they're trying to kill you, and then here comes the little guy, like, "You're my favorite caller. Can I have your autograph?" No, fucker. And co- you have to judge a cosplay contest with art contest, and you have to do a panel and all this shit, and you have to talk about your stuff. It is crazy that he can't say shit at all. He has to go through with it and everything. And Donut isn't invited. She gets offended because that's her thing. That would be her dream. But no, they didn't let her in. Um, Samantha is one of the best additions of the entire series because she's so freaking hilarious. Carl uses her in a trap. She literally drags the hunter back to by biting his leg, and she's fucking grabbing his leg and rolling over to them. Um, and we all like this is normal. This is normal. This is like normal now. Her entire personality is I'm a terrifying magical head, but I will kill your mother. And every time she says that, I think of Jeff Dunham's Ahmed the Dead Terrorist puppet, the same energy. Silence! I killed you! It's the same as basically we're using Samantha as parody, as a parody box, as a parody character. Like, all right, Jeff Dunham is doing this, all that stuff. It's not the I will kill you and I will kill your mother is no longer a threat because there's no way you're gonna kill anybody's mom. But now it's a punchline. You expect to hear it every time you read about it. Another funny moment in the book is Carl creates a sound trap. The most annoying the most annoying song possible, and he gives it to Samantha, and he says, "Throw this in there into the castle. I put the most annoying song ever. You'll know once you get there." So he sends her out there, throws the song out there, and she's all like, "What is this song?" And he says, "It is called Wonderwall by Oasis." I laughed so fucking hard at this. It's hilarious. It is the most hilarious thing ever. Hold on, bring me water. Okay. It's the most hilarious thing ever because I hate this song. I hate this song. Oh, I hate it now. I used to love it all the time, but like once you hear it every other time, now it's just like, oh god, this song is horrible. It's annoying, and yeah, I love that. Donut immediately yells, "Duh, you picked the wrong trap." No, it's not the wrong trap. It's the song. It's the wrong song. That's not. And if you've seen the memes, if you heard the memes, it's yes, that's the song she basically parodies. Donut loves Wonderwall, and we get to hear her later. I don't know when, but later because I've heard the TikTok sounds. Um, the chapter 27, the payoff fight. Finally, the big battle, and this is where the book is like. This is everything leading up to this moment of just like, oh my god, when are we gonna get there? Like, oh, you know, I wasn't focusing enough on the book until we get to this part because god damn, it was fucking hilarious, and I'll tell you why. So Carl goes to retrieve Samantha, and he gets crushed by a giant toad. The entire sequence is disgusting. It is violent. It is exactly the kind of ridiculous monster fight this series does best. We don't expect it, but it happened. And um, so I don't know if it was Clint. Clint dies. Um, Holder and Samantha get swallowed by the toad and then get regurgitated and then fall back. And that's why it says disgusting because it's like you read about it and here comes Carl and everybody else trying to shoot the toad and they get to it and according to the AI, this toad loved belly rubs. So that immediately it clicks for everybody to like shoot the belly, shoot the stomach. So they go for the stomach and everything. It was very detailed. It was very detailed, and I love that. Um, so Samantha gets eaten again. She goes in there and she tells everybody, "Fantastic! I will defeat. I will eat. I will fight the monster from within." and she starts biting him and biting him and biting him, and meanwhile everybody is fighting be in outside and killing him, obviously, but she does nothing. That what came to mind, what this reminded me was the opening battle against the Obelisk in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, when everybody is fighting this thing and Drax gets swallowed and he's fighting from the inside and he's like stabbing it every which way, and Samantha is eating at it and like biting and biting and biting it, and then Drax finally stabs it out and comes out and with all this green goo, and he's all like, "I have defeated this beast from within!" Ha ha ha! And he sees that everybody else is like down and shit because they've been doing all the work while he's just been inside. That's exactly what Samantha did. She was fighting from inside, and then she pushes out, and like everybody is just like, "Oh man, we killed the beast, great!" And then Samantha comes out with, "See, I told you I did it." What the fuck? Um, the confidence is what makes this book hilarious. Um, okay, I wasn't sure what I wasn't sure how I was feeling for chapters. These chapters, the beast situation, yes, go Queen, Princess Donut, yes, tell her off. Um, but after that, it just felt slower, less action, more setup. And then, like looking back, it was the formula, the same exact formula. Everybody's a suspect. No, it was the same exact formula that Matt uses. He makes you wait. He builds the emotional pressure. He pushes, 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 stacks it. Okay, no, not yet. Not we're not. No, a little teaser. Okay, and okay, no, come back down, come back down. Stack, stack, stack. All right, here we go, and release the toad. The B confrontation was the emotional payoff. The revolution reveal was the story payoff. The toad fight was the classic action payoff. And um, I hope, God damn it, it was hilarious. Um, and this section reminded me why I keep coming back. It's never just big monster fights. It's more like a cat confronting her former owner. A cat confronting her former owner. Yeah, dramatics, ups and downs. It is. A man letting go of someone who hurt him. A talking head threatening everyone's mothers. A revolution happening behind the scenes. A giant monster being defeated from the inside. What do you call that? It's Dungeon Crawler Carl. Um, that's what I've been waiting for. Book 5. Like I wasn't waiting for another Heckler moment. There can't be another Heckler moment because that was the most awesome moment ever. That's when I decided that book is gonna be it's my favorite. Um, Not another Sharktopus moment where I forgot their names. Kevin and Magnificent Troy ended up doing commentary on a battle, like a live commentary while they're there. But it was insane. This is like one of those moments where I was waiting for this moment. Um, the biggest question going forward is now has Carl officially become the villain of the story from the dungeon's perspective? Not from our perspective, he's our hero, but from the dungeon's perspective. From Thorin's point of view, he's no longer just a crawler trying to survive. He's the whole problem. He's now a symbol. He's inspiring people. Um, Borat and everybody else is expecting them to fight amongst each other. Some of them are doing that. Quan Chi, Lucia Mar, all the other ones. But Carl is trying to get everyone together and fight alongside him, and he's changing the game. The question is no longer can Carl survive the dungeon. Now the question is can the dungeon survive Carl? And yeah, that's it. I love this book. This book is my favorite. It's not my favorite yet. I still got to read it. I'll freaking. We're gonna get through this eventually. Um. Yeah. Yay. I love it. I love it too. We're at 2 hours. I love this. Um. Thank you. No problem. Anytime. Oof. All right. You guys ready to go? We're ready to go. It is 2 hours. I might just condense it down to a few, an hour and 30 minutes. I talked for a long time. All right, here we go. Uh, and just like that, another summer night on the porch comes to a close. A big summer night comes to a close. Tonight was one of those episodes that reminded me exactly why I love doing this. We checked in on the World Cup as we're officially down to the final four teams, final two teams. We're officially down to the final two teams. Talked about what makes these semifinal matches so important. Continued our World Cup one-on-one series and kept a close eye on the Golden Boot race. As every goal now has a chance to become part of World Cup history. I also gave you an update on my first few days with the new diabetes medication. It's still early, but I wanted to keep you all in the loop because so many of you have checked in on me over the years. So hopefully this is another step in the right direction, and I'll continue sharing how everything's going as the weeks go by. Then we shifted gears into gaming. Finally jumped into Power World. Talked about why I decided to give it a shot, what surprised me the most, and why I can already tell this is going to become one of those games where you look at the clock and suddenly realize 5 hours disappeared. Something like that. And naturally, once I learned there were Power World trading cards on the horizon, good luck. In terms of money, we have no money. You all know me by now. If there's a binder involved, I'm probably already planning pages for it. I'm gonna go get a new one. If I don't have one, I'll go get a new one. That's just how my brain works. Um, yeah, you guys love it. Don't forget, we'll be right back here on Saturday. We'll recap the third place match between France and England and see which nation leave the tournament with one final victory. Then it's time to make our predictions for Sunday's World Cup final. Who lifts the trophy? Who wins the Golden Boot? Who becomes the hero that millions of fans will be talking about for years to come? Who? Who? We'll break it all down right here on the porch. We'll also look ahead on everything we already know is coming for San Diego Comic Con next week. The announcements, the trailers, the panels, the surprises, and if history tells us anything, probably a few reveals that nobody sees coming. The toys. Definitely the toys. There's going to be lots of toys. We'll also continue counting down to the Power World card game, which launches on July 30th. I'm excited to see how the cards play, what the artwork looks like, how collectible the sets become, and whether this could grow into something special for both Power World fans and trading card collectors alike. And as always, there'll be more nostalgia, more gaming, more pop culture, more World Cup coverage, more pod deck conversations. There's one more pod deck pod world. Jeez, there's one more pod deck conversation, and it's about traveling. And the thing is, it's like it's gonna come out. I'm gonna post it this week, the rest of the weekend, this weekend. So yeah, it's shoot, what is it? What was it? Remember when you were going on road trips? What were the games you playing? What kind of games would you play? And this is way before um tech and everything. So yeah, that's one of them. And I'm gonna post it later, and we'll talk about it next week or this weekend. And whatever else decides to show up on the porch between now and then, because that's the kind of uh, that's that's kind of our thing now, where we just talk on the porch, and we don't know exactly. where the conversation is going, we just go off. We just know it's going to be a good one, though. All right. Before we really go, y'all know what to do. Do it with me. Take a breath with me. Summer has always, summer has a way of slowing the clock down, even if it's only for a little while. So enjoy the warm evenings, grab some ice cream if the truck rolls through your neighborhood. Spera! Spera! Sit around the campfire, make those s'mores, talk about the sandlot, tell an old story about high school, about the good old days, make a new memory. Thank you for spending part of your week here in my third place. Not home, not work, just a place where nostalgia lives. Hobbies are celebrated, stories are shared, and there's always room for one more chair around the fire. Don't forget to hydrate. Take care of each other, take care of yourself, stay cool, stay hydrated, and until we meet again on Saturday, keep collecting what you love, keep chasing your passions, go and do your build on your own. Go trial and error by yourself. Do that. Go make errors. Go make memories. Go make moments for yourself, not because someone asked you to. And if your favorite team finds the back of the net this weekend, you already know what to do. From the top of your lungs. Let's do it now. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. My neighbor's gonna be upset right now. My neighbors are right next door, and they're gonna be fucking upset because they're gonna be waking up to me saying from the top of your lungs, yell it, goal, golazo. There goes the soccer balls. We'll see you this weekend. Have a good night. Bye.